What advice would you give to someone who is still thinking whether he should start a YouTube channel in 2023?
Do it now. Do it now. Do not think about, I'll have a camera. Do not think about, let me think. Do not think about, it'll happen in the future. Do not think about, let me achieve this, then I'll do it. Do not think about the fact that, oh, let me think about. Do not think about. Just do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Diptii Shah and welcome to my show, Artistry. Today I have with me Miss Ritu Tiwari, a YouTube sensation of the YouTube channel Albeli Ritu. Hi Ritu and welcome to my show.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm great. It is such a pleasure to have you.
I'm so glad. Thank you.
So Ritu, tell us, when and how did your YouTube journey begin?
I think it started in September 2019. So I went to the US after marriage and I was looking for jobs, but then, rejections. I was like, what do I do with myself? I thought I had this dream of doing something on my own, and a video, something is, very, very inspiring for me. And I like to speak in front of camera. And I thought, let's do that. That's the intention I began with.
Ritu, once you decide that, okay, I want to have a YouTube channel, you need to decide on a niche, something in your head. So do you have any tips how you selected your niche, that is vlogging?
I got it. So basically, it was very new for me to understand exactly how it goes, because I had no idea of how social media worked. This was the reason I started my Instagram and my Facebook. I was not on any of the platforms. I'm a very, very personal person. But then I realized, like, let's do a vlog, because, I don't say travel vlogging is very, very expensive. So in case you begin with, you have to invest a lot of amount of money in tickets, rehne ke liye and all those things. So I thought, let's do something which is cheap. Yeah, do not call me confused for that, but this is, jugadu thing. I thought, let's do something which is cheap, and I'm gonna share my life, and especially, festivals or how Indians live in the US. People have a different perspective about, what is available, what is not there, how Indians lifestyle is there. Is it too fancy? Is it too flashy? Are people, in a normal circumstances, how do they behave? So I thought, let's make a vlog. So I have started there with an intention to show my life as an NRI to people in India, like how my life is. So there were videos which are informational. There were videos about New York. There were videos about my life. There were videos about Indian festivals. That's how I began with.
Ritu, as a niche, vlogging is extremely personal, isn't it? Were you always very social and, outwardly, was it an easy decision to share your personal life?
Even today, I'm a very private person. That doesn't look like that, but I'm a very private person. I don't speak that much. I'm a very introvert person. So I'm a split personality. Sometimes I feel like I am like somebody who really wants to talk. Like I call my friends and let's talk, because I have so much to speak about. But then some days I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I just happiest in my bed, sleep, not do things that's mean. So I thought, let's do it, because, once I switched to the mode of Albeli Ritu, I was like, there is no turning back. Now I'm like, okay, even if I'm cooking something, it has to be there on Instagram. So yeah, so I think I have two people living inside me, and I enjoy both of them. Like, there are two extreme people, but yeah, that's how it is.
Ritu, for a beginner vlogger, are there any top tips or any special skills that you need as a vlogger?
I think you have to just invest in yourself by saying that I need to do that. There are very few people who can do that. It is very, very easy to start. It looks very fancy and flashy that, oh my God, kuch nahi karna. You just have to open a camera and show your daily life. It doesn't work like that. So in starting also, you will get a lot of disappointments by not getting enough views, subscribers, but that's how it is. You just have to keep pursuing it. Try and create content, with the intention that this I have to do. Do not do like 7 vlogs a month and then 2 vlogs another month. Do not do that. I'm not talking about blog, I'm talking about content in general. So strategize what is something that is feasible. Try and post on specific dates. Do something which you really like, because it will reflect. See, camera can read a lot, right? So if you're doing something from your heart, it will reflect and can get you numbers and can get you loyal subscribers, I guess.
How did Albeli Ritu cross more than 100,000 in numbers? What is your USP, Ritu?
I think I'm a very, very honest person. I'm not somebody who's going to fake There are days which I'm down, I'm like, zindagi kharab hai, kuch maze nahi aa rahe, I'm like done with it. But then there are days where I'm like extremely choppy. Oh my God, this is happening. We're going there. But, I always show whatever is happening to the truth of it. Yeah. So I feel you have to be very honest with yourself. That's the key. You cannot just fake it because, vlogging or maybe starting a YouTube is not a, for a year or something. It is for the lifelong, or maybe at least 5 years to begin with. So do something which you are good at. Number one. Number two, do not change your niche too much. Number three, just be consistent. And number four, I think, do not change your personality. Do not try and fake things which you're actually not. Do not try and be somebody which you're not. Do not show the lifestyle that you don't belong to. So even if, like, for example, I went to a business class once, and there was this intention in me that I thought, this is my first time, and I showed it like a first time. That's what it is. Like, be truthful to yourself. Do not take too many opinion of other people. People will give you a lot of opinion. Try and understand what is right for you, because some people know a lot, some people don't, and some people just blabber things a lot. So just listen to your heart, understand what other person is doing, but do things that makes you happy, and do things that you feel extremely proud of.
Would you share some challenges that you faced in your journey?
I think in the starting it was consistency, because you won't earn anything in the starting, and you will be like, what is the reason of doing it? There is a lot of effort. For example, once you go out, for example, I used to go to New York, so there is 1 hour travel, going, staying there for 3 hours, coming back, editing. It's like 9 to 10 hours of a thing that you're going to see in 10 minutes. So there's a lot of hard work to consistently doing it. To consistently do it, I think it was something which was very challenging. A lot of people don't respect that you do something of your own. People ask a lot of times, like, how much money are you earning? Why don't you do a full-time job? Is it something which is feasible for doing for a long time? So do not think too much about the other people. Just understand what you're good at and do it. More challenges, I think, with friends and family also. A lot of people supported. A group of people really supported, been with me for a long time, and helped me making vlog, because, for example, you're traveling with your friends, you need that support. Some people were like, okay, why is she making vlogs, why is she doing this, it's invasion on the privacy. So you need to understand what people are comfortable with and hang out around them. You have to strategically do that, because do not make other person uncomfortable. That is one thing. Do not think about having a camera or having some fancy thing. I made around 80 vlogs with my phone camera. So do not think about, getting something bigger in the start and then only I'll make it. Do not have that opinion. Just begin with.
Ritu, coming to the behind the scene, as you said, there is a lot of work. So do you have any team support? Have you hired anyone?
No, I don't do that. So, for example, I think for travel, for other thing, you can do it. For vlogs, it's very personal, right? I know what I've said. There are times which I know I've made things, but I don't want to put it. So I think it's very important you do it on your own, because you have lived that life. In case you edit it and show it, it'll be more honest.
Ritu, with people knowing you, with fame, if I may put it, you get a lot of comments, and sometimes these comments are not nice. So have you faced any such situation where you have faced a backlash of some kind?
I think a lot of times people talk about my weight. So I've gained a lot of weight. In pandemic, everybody does a little, but I was like a little overweight. But then I was like, wait, it's like my food I'm eating. Why are you even commenting? Yeah, but then people talk about families. People talk about having, living this luxury life. You are in London. Why are you preaching it? You're living my dream life. Shut up. Some people are jealous. Some people think it's nothing that I'm doing. Some people feel that people are exaggerating this NRI content. It's nothing. You should come back to India. Some people think that I am more drifted towards certain ways of doing things. Some people have their own opinion about my clothes. So it goes hand in hand with you knowing people. So in case people don't hate you, people aren't watching you. So that's fine.
Ritu, one, as a YouTuber myself, it's not always that, you wake up in the morning and you want to make content. How do you keep yourself motivated?
Some days I'm like, I'm immovable. Some days I'm like, I cannot even look at the mirror. I'm like, done. So you have to strategize. So I make at least 2 vlogs in advance, because I'm a very moody person. Some days my mood drops like this, and some days I'm like in the clouds. So I need to maintain that balance in my head, that I make at least 2 vlogs in advance, so that even if I don't feel like making, I have something. So you have to be consistent. That's the key. So I do that. But sometimes you don't feel like doing, don't do that, I guess. There are things that needs to be pushed around. For example, I went to a Garba event. So in the morning, I went for my radio job. I came back home, cooked, edited my vlog for the next day, went for the Garba night at 8, came home at 11, and at the 11 p.m., I prepared for my radio show for the other day. So you have to have that kind of perception, and you have to have that kind of honesty about your work. Some days are good, some days are bad. There are times that I feel like, what is the point of even doing it, right? There are days like that, but that's okay. Just imagine why you begin with, and start the journey.
Ritu, at what point in time, after how many episodes, after how many months of beginning, did you actually feel this was working, that you have arrived and you've cracked the YouTube algorithm?
I still don't. I still don't feel it like that. I still feel like, oh my God, what am I doing? What is it? What should I do more? But yeah, I think now I feel it's reached at a point that I feel happy that I've achieved something, but there are more things that I'm looking forward to. But I think satisfaction level around 10,000, you feel like there are people watching it. It's not like you are just doing things and nobody is watching it. It's not just your friends and family. You cannot just have 10,000 friends and family. I think that is a number that you can talk about. Eventually, I guess 1,000 was difficult, but eventually you will go grow, a little free, little um jaldi say. But then the number game doesn't work like that. For example, if you're 50,000, the other day and 60 the other month, you will have 70 the other month. No, it won't work like that. There'll be days in which the subscriber count will go like 10 per day, and there'll be days in which subscriber count will go 5,000 one day. So it just goes and grows like that. So you have to be very consistent, wait, have that patience, have that belief, and do it.
What are you looking forward to achieving?
I want that golden play button. I'm very selfish. I'm very greedy, and I want things bigger in life. But at least golden play button. It's been 3 years, so that is something which I'm aiming for. I don't know how long will it take. Especially YouTube, trends are changing. A lot of people do YouTube, and especially vlogs. If they are related to somebody, they just get instant views. Sometimes it's just that YouTube doesn't promote you enough. And for example, I posted an X number of an X video, which I'm very sure will promote, and some of the similar videos got 500k views, right? But doesn't happen every time. Some days it will have only 20,000 views or 5,000 views. So I think 1 million is something that I'm aiming for. It'll happen. I don't know when, but it'll happen. Yeah. So Let's wait and watch.
Ritu, out of so many vlogs over 3 years, which is your favorite vlog?
I guess, yeah, irrespective of views. I guess the one that I went on 15th August in New York, that was something which I'm very, very proud of. I was feeling extremely tired the day before, and still I went there, and the video worked wonders. And a lot of people messaged me that, this is the kind of content they want to see, the kind of pride, the kind of, this was different, and I really liked that.
What advice would you give to someone who is still thinking whether he should start a YouTube channel in 2023?
Do it now. Do it now. Do not think about, I'll have a camera. Do not think about, let me think. Do not think about, it'll happen in the future. Do not think about, let me achieve this, then I'll do it. Do not think about the fact that, oh, let me think about. Do not think about it. Just do it.
Apart from the money that you make, the fame that you've got, what do you cherish most about becoming a vlogger and a YouTuber?
I think the kind of love. There is a love. For me, I think the numbers aren't that high, but there are people who absolutely love and adore me. That is something which is very, very rare. They don't know me personally. I haven't met them. I don't even live in India. I will never see them. But the kind of messages I get sometimes is very heartwarming. And I think in life, I really believe in, blessings. So, if I make an informational blog about things that you should bring if you're coming to the UK for the first time, not to bring, a lot of people get a lot of, knowledge from that. And sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's love, sometimes it's admiration. So yeah, I really cherish, and nobody gets that in corporate environment. People are like, what is she doing? And for me, it's like people are like, what is she doing? So I like that.
So Albeli Ritu, thank you so much for being on my show. I tell you, my mom loves your show, and I'm sure so many people do. Keep doing
Yeah.
what you do. We love you so much. Thank you.